Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are a returning subscriber, hello, what is good? And if you are new here, I hope you enjoy being here and you eventually become a part of the growing family. So here's another one of our sit down videos. Okay, let me tell you, this video was not planned, but as I was sitting there I was like, I cannot keep this gold away from my squad. Okay, so without any further ado, let us get straight into it. So this topic about the mind, right, came to me first as a random thought. And when it came, I was like, yo, here we go again. I've started overthinking and whatnot. But then when a friend of mine sent me a video so relevant to what I was thinking, in my mind, I was like, touche. This cannot be a coincidence. This is not a random thought. So this is what kind of pushed me to end up filming this video for you guys. So what I realized is that we are sitting on top of gold. I even feel so excited because this thing it got revealed to me. I would call it a revelation because I viewed it in a way different perspective from what I thought it actually was. So it made me realize that we are literally sitting on top of gold. There's so much gold that lies within our minds, and we don't really realize it because we probably don't even have the time to sit and think about such topics because we're always so caught up with our daily lives. We're always so busy with whatever that we're doing in our daily lives. So when this thought came to me, I was like, what? If we would really change the perspectives that we have in our minds on different topics and different philosophies, we would be actually very far in life, very, very far, because things, turns out, they're not really what we think they are. Let me explain. Now, this might sound a little bit confusing, but give me a chance. The amount of power the mind has is unmatched, such that even if you convince your mind to believe that something that's a lie is true, it will end up picking it up as the truth. And because your mind has picked it up as the truth, you will start acting towards or according to what your mind has told you. So even though at the back of your head you know that that is a lie, but because you have convinced your mind, or your mind has picked it as the truth, you will start acting towards it as the truth. I hope that makes sense. So if you're able to manipulate your mind in such a manner, why not manipulate it in a positive manner, in a manner that will positively impact your life? In one of my videos, I once mentioned that you cannot be a billionaire if you think like a poor person. And all people that are billionaires right now first thought and dreamt of it, and they believed in their minds that they would be able to achieve it. It never started as, or it never came up overnight. It started as a thought that came from the mind, and because the mind picked it up as something that they believed they could achieve, here they are now living their dream lives, or the lives that they've always wanted to live, because they believed they could in their minds. And whatever planning strategies that they implemented to get to where they are started in their minds before they could put it on paper or put it into actions. Imagine, because all of our actions passed through our minds, and our minds gave a green flag, because a thought can't be an action if you rejected it in your mind. If there's something that you think about and you end up saying in your mind, oh no, I don't think this is a good idea, it will eventually not become an action. But if you think about it and your mind gives the green light, then that thought will eventually become an action, and that will be your reality. You understand? So that is what I meant when I said there is so much power that lies within our minds. It basically controls our lives. It basically controls who we are, because everything that we produce comes from the mind. So whatever that we act on, or our actions, are a product of what we think. So if we control what we think, we've automatically controlled our actions and our reality. There's a saying that says, where your mind goes, your life follows. So this shows the importance of being intentional with whatever that you think of. You literally have the control of what not to allow into your head and what to allow into your head. And whatever that you allow, you must be mindful that that is where your life will be headed. So if you allow negativity into your head and you keep on pondering on it, then that's where your life will be headed. That's where you'll be stuck. But if you hold negative thoughts and allow space for positive thoughts, creativity, and all of those stuff, then that means that's where your life will be headed as well. Because our actions and our realities are a product of what we first thought of. So it's important that we be intentional. Imagine your life turning out in a way that you wouldn't wish, or in a better way, because of what you allowed into your head when you had all the power in the world to say no. How painful is that? I mean, that's basically self-sabotage in summary. It's you doing that to your own self. I do understand that we don't have control over the situations that happen to us, but we do have control over how we react to them. Because the truth of the matter is that the extremity of a situation is determined by how you react towards the situation. It can be the worst of situations, but if you react rationally, or in a way that is not damaging, I mean, it won't have that much effect. Not to say that it completely takes away the extremity, but it makes it less extreme. English, it makes it less extreme because of how you chose to handle it. So now how you handle it is how you choose to handle it, how you decide in your mind to handle it. So if you decide to be positive about it, then the situation will turn out to work for your good. But if you decide to beat yourself up for whatever situation that has happened, then that's where you'll die. You are not going to die because of the harshness of the situation, but it's because of how you decided to handle the situation. Is it making sense? I really hope it is. So let's bring back that confusing statement that we started with. I said that things are not the way that we think they are. So let's connect it to what I just said. So the harshness of a situation is determined by how you react, right? Meaning that a situation may seem harsh, but is it really harsh if it's going to be determined by how you feel about it or how you react to it? Does that mean the situation is really harsh? Because it can't be harsh to someone else, but you find that to someone else, it won't be as harsh because they decided to handle it in a different manner. Does that mean the situation is really harsh? Can we really label the situation as harsh if harshness is dependent on how a person reacts towards it? No. So that's what I meant when I said things are not really the way that we think they are. So it's time that we change perspectives in our minds. It's time to declutter, because there's so much that we've allowed into our heads. Sometimes mindfully, sometimes subconsciously, sometimes maybe through things that we were taught growing up, or cultures that were saying around us, because we are social beings. That one is inevitable. But now it's time that we be intentional about the things that are in our minds and the things that we allow into our minds. Okay? Now, it may seem impossible to tell your mind what to think and what not to think. It may seem like you don't have control over what you stress or meditate about. So let me give you this strategy that I am trying at the moment. I have started journaling my feelings, my thoughts, and whatnot, just so I can declutter whatever is in my mind. If I feel that no, this thought is not a productive one, I journal just so I could get it out of my mind. It's a way of expressing, how you feeling at the moment. It's a way of venting out. It's like removing whatever is in your mind and putting it onto something, projecting it onto something, rather than allowing it to pull you down and allowing it to stress you and whatnot. Trust me, it works. It may seem like it's far-fetched, but as you pour out your feelings, as you pour out whatever that you're thinking about, you are decluttering. There's something that is unwinding in your brain and in your mind. So you can try it if you want to. Just give it a shot. I mean, it's going to be worth it, trust me. Even though I know I just started, but I can already feel the difference. I mean, it's not going to be a huge difference in an instant, but I can feel that there is a difference that it makes. So you can also give it a shot. This whole thing, excuse me, this whole thing even overlaps to the perception that you have of yourself. um this applies to mostly females, not that it doesn't apply to males as well. Mostly females, because of the perceptions and the thoughts that we've allowed into our heads. We tend to feel uncomfortable in our own bodies and in our own skin because of the things that we see and we listen to, and that we embrace. We allow that to sink into our minds, and it eventually damages how we think of our own selves, such that when we see what's trending and we don't have whatever that is, we then feel some type of way about ourselves. And sometimes this doesn't even happen intentionally. It just happens subconsciously without us even realizing. Go to know Pella, now when we're doing this, we're now trying to change ourselves, trying to fit in or trying to look like whatever is trending. We don't realize that we're now trying to be what we are not. So this goes back to us allowing whatever that we're seeing into our heads and trying to compare whether or not we fit into that category. So it's important that we be mindful of what we allow into our heads. Never allow anything to change your perception of yourself. Sometimes, not all of the time, we do all of these things that we do because we have a negative view of ourselves. We feel our skin is not a skin of note, our complexion is not a complexion of note, our body shape is not a body shape of note. So therefore, we feel like there's a need to shape ourselves to fit in a certain category or certain perspective that we want to fit into. This whole thing started in the mind believing that you are not what the world deems as beautiful, or you're not beautiful, or you're not this, you're not that. The mind believed that, and now you're starting to act towards that. So if you would work on the perspective in your head, you wouldn't really be doing whatever beauty enhancement, beauty cosmetics and whatnot that you're doing. Mind you, I said sometimes. This is a sad reality. Some people beautify themselves not because they want to, but because they are uncomfortable and afraid of who they really are, because in their minds it's engraved that they aren't the prettiest of people. If they would change the perspectives in their heads, they probably wouldn't be doing or living the lives that they're living. So it's important that we embrace ourselves. Nobody is going to embrace you for you. We can be preaching everywhere with everything that we have and every way that we can, but if you in your mind don't change your mentality of yourself, then no one is going to save you. I've always said this, I've said it tons of times in so many of my videos. It's probably going to be one of my slogans right now. I've always said no one is going to save you except for you. You have to be strong for you, because no one else is going to do it for you. So if you don't embrace yourself for you, nobody is going to do it for you. I mean, you are all you have. Ad break. These are my nails, my natural nails. How cute are they? These are my God-given nails. And my Lord, thank you to my Lord. These are just my natural nails. I think it's been a month plus. I'm just trying to cultivate the art of embracing my naturality. So yeah, this is just my natural, just painted nails. I can't believe they can grow up to this long. I'm shocked. All along I've been applying extensions and whatnot, but this time I just decided to give my natural nails a chance, a shot. And I must say I'm impressed. I just wanted to show you guys that I'm also in the process of trying to cultivate the art of embracing my natural self. And I must say it's been the best. It's been the best. Just embracing God's creation. What am I? We say have. Aibo, guys, I'm so excited. I am so happy. Let's continue. Where are my notes? My last point is that we should treat our minds like the treasures that they are. By treating your mind as a treasure, I'm not just talking about what I've been explaining, the practices of decluttering and being mindful of what you allow into it and stuff. I mean also eat healthy foods. I mean practice healthy habits, because your mind also needs a breath of fresh air. Your mind also needs health in every sense of it, not just in the emotional aspect of it. Is it emotional? But you understand what I mean by that other aspect of it. So you should treat your mind like a treasure, nurture it, feed it well, and whatnot, because what you intake into your body automatically affects your mind, because your body functions as a whole. So your mind is a treasure, so treat it like one. Just go out there, exercise, socialize, take walks, take time with nature, take time off social media, because that's another thing that ruins our minds. It spoils it. I can't really find the word that perfectly describes what I want to say. But for lack of a better word, it causes the mind to deteriorate. Trust me, scrolling is not healthy for your mind. It's how you find yourself overthinking. It's how you find yourself comparing yourself to other people. It's how you find yourself boxed. And when you're boxed, the mind just starts processing things even unnecessarily. So just go out there, have time outside, breathe, exercise, just socialize, take time off social media. Your mind will thank you for it. Sometimes you think you're depressed, yet it's your mind just screaming for help, trying to escape whatever walls it's been enclosed in. It's trying to escape the trap that it's been stuck in. So it's important that you sometimes take time off your phone and just go outside, see nature, spend time with people. We're social beings. We do need to be in a crowd of people, not a crowd, but in the midst of people sometimes, because there's something that happens within you as you see people and socialize. Try that, and just try and avoid being in closed spaces for a long time. It definitely deteriorates something within you. If you're still here, thank you so much for keeping up with me and my random thoughts. I appreciate you so very much. Without being said, we have come to the end of today's video. Remember to do the things like, share, subscribe, tell your friends to tell their friends, so that we can all be friends. Okay, so I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.